Welcome back to Oak Farm Firewood YouTube channel. As you can see, we've upgraded the Kindling production to the Kindlet Pro from Firewood. It's a British made machine. We've got the electric version, the 3-phase. So as you can see, it's got the ramp coming in down to the belt under here. It then moves forward into the X-shaped blade. That comes in and out. And then it's pushed out the end here. One of the best features on this new Kindlet Pro compared to my Kindlet 200. I don't know about the new Kindlet 200s because I had a 2007 model, but this feed control is absolutely amazing. So with just the turn of a knob on a valve here, you can change the size of the kindling to different sizes. I haven't actually put up to 10. Maybe that's something we can do. And actually it goes up to 12. So it probably does small logs, I would have said, because I did have it on 6 and they were coming out quite large then. So it'd be quite interesting to see what that looks like. I found about 4 works about right. So it's just a stop, start and override. I haven't actually had to use the override yet. I assume that's when the splitting knife gets caught up on a knot, but it actually hasn't even got caught up on a knot yet. I think it's got a stronger splitting force than the Kindlet 200. Another lovely feature on this machine is the door to look down into the splitting area. It's just a single section. Before, on my old machine, the whole lot lifted up, and it wasn't that heavy, but after opening it quite a few times in a day, you knew about it. So that's quite nice and neat. It's a lot quicker. Obviously it's got the safety switch on there, so that turns off automatically as soon as that's been lifted up. You can get the rotary bagger to put on the end of here, so the kindling will come out and just fall into the bag. So it won't be neatly stacked like this. It'll be more of a mismatch bag, but I should think it's quicker with one person. I've gone from the 6-inch to the 8-inch. I have found it fills the bags a lot nicer. You don't get much of bagginess on the corners anymore. Looks a bit neater. This is all I've done so far. So I'll just lift off this panel and I'll show you underneath. So underneath the cover here, as you can see, we've gone over to electronic switches. Another one here, like a little finger. That then electronically changes the valve to either push or return. And then also moving the bed forward. This plate here with the X shape goes through. It seems to be a very hard plastic kind of material. I'm not actually sure what it is, but it's definitely not metal. So that, I suppose, is easier to change, and it's also quieter on metal. On the last one, it started to wear this out a bit, and it used to screech a bit. Used to keep it greased up, but I think that'll be a lot quieter. Not a lot to grease on this machine. There's one there, but it won't actually do much moving. And then you've just got the belt there. It's definitely a lot bigger ram than the Kindlet 200. Bigger knife. This, I believe, takes 250mm round logs, where the last one took 200. This machine cycle time is, I think this is on the 6-inch setting, is 1.2 seconds, and the Kindlet 200 was 2 seconds. But because this is the 8-inch setting, I'm not totally sure, but it's still probably well under 2 seconds. It's very quick. Everything's really well built here. Big pipes, keeps the speed up. Really well built, everything can unbolt. Got your adjuster there for the belt, so if it starts to slacken off, you can always tighten it up. One thing I have recognised with this machine that I'm not overly liking, the previous machine had very thin grates along the top, and you could see in quite well, see what it was doing down there. I don't know if you can see, it's very hard to see what the splitting knife's doing, whether the wood's turning or not. Half tempted, I mean, it's a brand new machine, I don't really want to cut into it, but I was thinking putting a large bit of perspex here, nice clear perspex, and you're about to just have a quick glance in and have a look. Alternatively, I am just looking up there. You can see it's hit a bit of a knotty bit of wood and turned a few bits around there. So it does pay to put in good timber. I'll get that cover back on and show you it working. as you can see, one person can barely keep up with it. I'll put it all back up again now. See that now, them rings there are very nearly, we'll get measuring tape out. It's definitely a lot bigger of a ring than the Kindlet 200 took. So yeah, that's 22 centimeters, just under 9 inches. So as I say, it can take up to 25 centimeters. Yeah. Probably get a 10-inch log in there if it was perfectly straight. So instantly, that's quicker than the Kindlet 200 because you're taking more timber in at a time. So we'll load this back up again and then we'll do another batch. Yep. So it's busting through knots all right. Twisted bits up there. Like trying to keep everything square if I can. I find that jiggle there settles all the timber, and it seems to be a lot tighter packed. If you don't do that jiggle, it you kind of have a gap at the bottom of the bag. That's quite a big knot there. That's probably the knot I showed you before it went in. It didn't stop. Didn't actually bust through the knot itself, but it didn't jam up, where I am certain the machine before, the 200, would have stopped. As I say, I can't comment on the new 200s. I haven't ran one. I just had the older shape in the older model. But now we're getting some nicer stuff through it. It's all pretty even size. Nice and dry. These rings have been through the kiln. Nice little loop feature. Lift this well out of the way. Clean all the debris out. You can also set on these nuts here how much of a gap you have between this and the belt. So I could shorten it up a little bit. But at the moment it's letting a lot of the debris out the bottom, which I like. So, get some more bags. the 4th layer and all these here just in that time. So like I said, they're nice tight nets. So why did I go for the Kindlet Pro over the new Kindlet 200? Purely length of kindling. The price wasn't too different between the Kindlet 200 and the Kindlet Pro. I do see the kindling side of the business increasing, so I thought, why not? And quicker is better, isn't it? Yeah. I do absolutely love this variable feed size. I will do another video on this and we can test out what size kindling each setting does, 2 up to 12. Well, I hope this covers everything you wanted to know about the Firewood Kindlet Pro. I do keep an eye on the comments, so if you have any questions, let me know and I'll try and answer them in the next video or answer them in the comments below. For more information on the Kindlet Pro, head over to Firewood's website for more in-depth information. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a little comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.